Hi, hello to all, and welcome to another daily episode of Dappz Live. We're here to talk about sports, laugh about sports. And if you're a Mets or Jets fan, cry about sports. The Mets lost again last night. I don't know if anyone cares. Somehow they're still in the playoffs. I'm Dappz. Anyway, I'm here with the illustrious roamer of the sea, Blackbeard himself, Dylan.
Pick up the energy a little bit, okay? I understand you're upset, but let's get the energy
Listen.
going,
My
okay?
energy is dependent on my sports teams, the Mets and the Jets. All right, we're not doing well, okay? Listen, a lot of people feel me on this. All sports fans know they have a bad week after their team loses on Sunday. You have a bad life if you've been a Jets fan for the last 15 years, and if you pile the Mets on top of that, you're cursed.
I've boycotted Manchester United. I'm not watching them anymore this season, so I know what you're talking about.
Guys, please remember, DM us. Put your questions in the comments. We want to hear from you today. We want to hear your takes. We want to hear who you're starting and sitting. What is the bet of the night or the bets for Sunday? We know you guys are keeping that in your back pocket. Share with the rest of us, please. The next question I want to ask is, do you think Zion is fat, Dylan?
Yeah, we'll get to it, but if you think he's fat, get in the comments. The fantasy stuff is already rolling in. We've got Jordan Addison or Marvin Harrison Jr.
Jordan Addison or Marvin Harrison Jr.? I'm sticking with MHJ because I don't know what the quarterback situation is in Minnesota. I like Wentz as a backup, but I haven't seen enough body of work to believe that Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison is going to be valuable at the moment.
Yeah, we'll get to MHJ later. He cried last week, so he'll probably have a pretty good game tonight. But yeah, keep the questions coming. Feel free to DM us. We'll get to as many as we humanly
And remember, everybody,
can.
follow the page you are watching now. This is Dappz Sports, and you are watching Dappz Live. We are live every day at noon. We drop NFL and MLB sketches weekly, and head on over to the YouTube channel. Subscribe and say hello, please. Today we're going live again at 4 p.m. for a Thursday night football gambling preview. We got the Seahawks, Cardinals. I originally kind of hated on the game and said nobody wanted to watch it. It is a divisional matchup. Sam Darnold's playing pretty good. Kyler's playing pretty good. Maybe I jumped to conclusions a little bit. All right, let's get into the tail of the tape. The Seahawks are heading to Arizona to take on the very mid Cardinals. Seattle is a road favorite at -1.5. The over-under is 43.5, which is very scary for me. It will be streaming on Amazon Prime. Dylan, who you got?
Seahawks look formidable. I think that we thought that the Rams and the 49ers were going to have a good season. We didn't know what was going to happen with the Seahawks, Pete Carroll leaving, but it seems like this is shaping up to be one of the harder divisions legitimately in the NFL. Garsicki says, no need to think about this too much. Just take the Cardinals money line.
Cardinals money line. Garsicki, can you give us a little info? Do you have some Vegas info that we don't have access to? Why is this such an easy bet for you? Subby Jose says, trade Ricky, DK, and Worthy for Adams. Got Lamb, Rice, and London.
No.
I don't like that.
No.
I think that's a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot. I mean, you've got a lot of receivers. Maybe you package two of them for a running back.
Well, and also Adams is dealing with some nagging injuries right now. So I would stay away. Garsicki, I am on the opposite side of you. I think the Seahawks are going to roll into Arizona and defeat the Arizona Cardinals.
Listen, Dill, I don't hate that take, but I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. We're talking about Seahawks and Cardinals, who are traditionally over the last couple of years teams that are very inconsistent. I mean, Sam Darnold, what does he do? He's Sam Darnold.
Yeah, you've had Sam Darnold before. So have the Panthers, the Vikings, now the Seahawks. What is this man? Is he good, mid, bad? Who is this man?
He's not bad. I'll tell you that. Sam Darnold is not bad. I've had him on the Jets. He was bad on the Jets. Last year with the Vikings, he won 14 games, and nobody really wants to give this guy respect. Now he's on the Seahawks. They have a winning record through 3. I mean, when do we give Sam Darnold his flowers? I don't think beating the Cardinals gives the flowers to Sam Darnold. But listen, this is a divisional matchup, so we'll see. 600 yards on the season, a couple touchdowns, and he's good enough to make this offense move. But this is a run-first offense. Ken Bone Walker is getting the touchdowns, but is he still a bit of an enigma, Dill? Like, who is Sam Darnold?
I'm not sure who Sam Darnold is. Sub Josie says, as a McBride owner, I hope the Cardinals are trailing all game. Ken Bone Walker, he is a bit of an enigma. He has some bizarre stats. I think he has like 150 yards rushing this season. He's getting the touchdowns, but I don't know. This is a very, very confusing backfield. I think that JSN is just the man. I'm always very scared of Ken Bone Walker. If you have him, I would trade him, and he's going to get hurt at some point.
He gets hurt every year. I'm not a big Ken Bone drafter. If he falls to you in a certain spot, I get it. But when he's healthy, Kenneth Walker's an absolute beast, and there's no hate for that man. Very, very impressive. Back to JSN, 325 receiving yards through 3 games, on pace for a top 5 yardage total in the history of the league. Obviously, we'll see. But you know the NFL, he's probably going to get turf toe in the next 2 weeks. God forbid. Probably, right? The other mouth to feed is Cooper Kupp, but the outside guy, the guy who Kubiak compared to Justin Jefferson, is Tory Horton. And by target share and points, Horton looks like he's really in the mix. What did you say you picked up Tory Horton and you're starting him this week, Dylan?
I am in love with a man named Tory Horton. I don't know why Kubiak compared him to Justin Jefferson. He was pressed about if Tory Horton reminded him of a wide receiver he'd coached in the past. He said yes, but I'm not going to tell you who. And then the reporter asked him again, can you just say the name? And he folded like a bitch and then said Justin Jefferson. Don't put that kind of pressure on this young man. But he's 6'3". He's wiry. He's fast. He's the only outside guy they have on this team. I love Tory Horton tonight.
Okay, let's get to the Cardinals side of the ball. Marvin Harrison Jr. is sad. Take a look.
A lot of emotion. Just disappointed, really. I know what I put into the game, so it doesn't feel the best.
Seems like you're taking this a little tough as well.
Everybody got a job to do. I'm not doing my job at a high enough level at the moment.
Really nailed the Mets video. And Dill, it's pretty interesting that you and I are both on the show today as our Mets script is going viral on TikTok. Justin, we appreciate that you like it.
Thanks, Justin.
Listen, we try to be creative and funny for you guys in the skits, and I'm glad that it's resulting in people watching the live. But back to the Cardinals Seahawks. Trey Benson is the main man in town.
Can we talk about MHJ really quickly?
You want to go back to Marvin? Okay, talk to me.
Him being sad makes me so sad. He's still a young man, and he's crying in the locker room with these journalists with their iPhones pointed at him. I really hope he turns it around, but he has an evil midget throwing to him, so I'm not sure that he's going to. It's just a sad situation in Arizona.
Well, we still rip sports cards. Justin, please find us on Dappz Sports Breaks. If you ever want to rip sports cards with us, we're probably live right now everywhere you want to be. Marvin Harrison Jr. crying in this press conference. I mean, his dad is a top 5, top 10 receiver of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around football his whole life. Maybe he's just – the only thing I can put together with this is that he believes he's so much better than this because he dropped like the 3 easiest balls of his life. Also underachieved last year. Early second-round pick in most fantasy leagues. Was not a second-round pick in terms of actual performance. And now this year – off to a slow start. So Marvin Harrison Jr., I hope he turns it around and becomes, just like his pops, but it's not trending in the right direction.
Big shadow to live under. Let's get to Trey Benson.
We have Trey Benson here, who is very attractive to me because James Conner broke his ankle in 55 spots, and Trey Benson comes in, and now he's going to be a high-usage guy, high-volume guy. Trey Benson, the Cardinals like to score touchdowns running the ball. James Conner consistently gets in the end zone. The question is Trey Benson as good as Conner? And he was getting hyped before this injury happened, by the way. People were talking about Trey Benson might take over. So I don't know.
Love Trey Benson, obviously the number one waiver wire add this week, even though he probably wasn't available. But let's see what happens. Prayers to James Conner. I didn't even know you could break your ankle in 55 places, but he did.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Well, listen, I've got the Seahawks. Kyler sucks, and we are moving on to another quarterback that sucks. Russell Wilson says, I'm not done. Let's ride. Please be done, Russ. Please be done. I mean, what you did in Pittsburgh last year, I don't even know if I should say it was horrible. It's just when it came down to the wire and he needed to perform, he didn't. Now he does 450-plus yards against the Cowboys and then does this the next week. What are you doing, Russ? How do you throw for 450 yards and then go home against the Chiefs and play the way you did? He can't get the ball downfield unless there are 300 yards of air underneath his passes. Malik Neighbors, 2 receptions for 13 yards. What are you doing? He's been on 80 teams and frankly he's fucking boring to watch, Dylan.
He's so boring
so
to watch.
Fucking boring to watch. Thank God they have Cam Scattaboo, that little rabid pug. That little rabid pug.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people have said that Cam Scattaboo is going to have CTE in, 2.5 weeks. But for right now, he's a rabid little pug. And he's the best thing about the Giants. He's so fun. Griff says start one. JMO, DK, Cup, or Franklin?
DK all day.
DK all day. DK all day. If you need to take a big shot, if you're playing somebody way better than you, maybe JMO. But if you're just looking for a steady win, DK. Are we too hard on Russ?
No, I don't think we're too hard on Russ because you can't win a Super Bowl, act the way you do, and then not be scrutinized, right? So, listen, Russell... I root for the guy, but it's hard to root for the guy. If you watch the Giants-Commanders game, absolute snooze fest, no movement of the ball, can't get into rhythm. Then you watch the Cowboys game. Then you go back to the Giants game. I mean, what is this? Why can't we get some consistency from a guy? Throw over 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Do something. I mean, Stephen A. Smith actually had a fire take on ESPN's First Take today. It's more shitting on Eli than glazing Russ, but take a listen.
You hate to say it this way, but it's the truth. Take away the Super Bowl.
Oh, he did nothing.
What did he do? So you got a career 500 record, 117. Okay? That's Eli Manning's record as a starter. You've got 7 winning seasons in 17 years. All right? A vast majority of the time you spent missing the playoffs, and you going to the Hall of Fame. He's not in, obviously, not as of yet.
He's going to make it.
But
he wasn't first ballot.
But he wasn't first ballot. But he's going to. But one would surmise he's going to make it. Well, the first 9 years of Russell Wilson's career, he won football games. He also went to 2 Super Bowls, won one. Okay, and when you look at it from that standpoint, how could you put an Eli in and keep a Russell Wilson out? Who, by the way, his record. I'm looking at his record.
Yeah, I hate this take, Stephen A. I don't think you're really thinking this through, and I'll break it down for you guys, and you Giants fans are going to love this. Listen, Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls, beat Tom Brady, which we're going to pull off the side in both of them. He has 2 Super Bowl MVPs. The list of people in NFL history who have 2 NFL MVPs, all right? Guess who doesn't have 2 Super Bowl MVPs?
Patrick Mahomes.
His brother, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning does not have 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Yeah.
So, sorry, everybody, doesn't care about the regular season until, the playoffs come around. And now we're having the reverse conversation, which is, oh, well, his regular season stats, he only went to 4 Pro Bowls instead of Russ went to 10. Who cares about Pro Bowls? The Pro Bowl is a fucking joke. No one cares about the Pro Bowl. Everybody cares about the Super Bowl. Facts are Eli, when it mattered most, showed up. Oh, David Tyree caught, he caught it on his helmet with bubble gum. No one cares. No one cares about your Mickey Mouse comments, guys. Eli's a Hall of Famer. Deal with it. Listen, I'm of the opinion that if you make, or if you have a certain amount of stats and you have a Super Bowl and you have a Super Bowl MVP, you're in the Hall of Fame. Like, for example, if you're Trent Dilfer and you're playing on the Ravens, if you're Trent Dilfer and you're playing on the Ravens and you win the Super Bowl one year, you don't go get that, and you don't go to the Hall of Fame. But also, he didn't win the MVP.
Okay,
right?
All right. Quarterbacks usually win the MVP in a game in a Super Bowl that they win. Eli is kind of like, I hear what Stephen A. Smith is saying. He has a 500 record. That is poo. Okay, that is absolute poo-poo. And I guess he's kind of like the opposite of Aaron Judge, who we'll get to later.
Yeah, but he has a 500 record. He plays for you know what franchise he plays for? The New York Giants.
Yeah,
These guys don't know what they're doing. It's miraculous. Remember, the teams that won the Super Bowl, the Giant teams, were 9-7, right? They're the wild card team. Cinderella story. Bill Murray, Caddyshack, all that. Let's get to Jackson Dart. Who will make his debut against the Chargers this weekend. Brian Donut has a lot riding on this and has a lot riding on them since they drafted Dart. Let's roll this.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, boy, I love you, man.
Yeah, I love you too.
I'm banking on you.
Yes, sir.
Got me?
Smart man.
All right, buddy.
All right, we'll see.
Okay. I love you. I'm banking on you. That's a lot to say to a child. Brian Daboll is in a bad spot.
Listen, Brian Donut is in a horrible spot. It's remarkable that he still has his job. I think that he still has his job because of the one good season that he put together. He actually won Coach of the Year, I believe. But since then, he's been atrocious. The Giants stink. The decision-making stinks. They have no idea what they're doing. Everybody who leaves them becomes the best player in the NFL at their position. It's absolutely wild. Daniel Jones has Josh Allen numbers through 3 weeks of the season.
Yep.
Saquon Barkley literally won a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl and rushed for top 2 yards of all time once he hightailed it out of New York. I'm so sick of the New York Giants, and I'm a Jets fan, by the way, and I'm sick of these guys. Now, Dart, he's played in some big games at some big stadiums. He's played in the Coliseum and then the SEC. So who knows, Dill? How do you think he's going to do first game in?
Well, he seems unflappable. I want to get to this video of him being asked if he feels any pressure really quickly before we move on.
I don't really feel pressure. I feel like, pressure is given to those who play at a high level, and the best players in the world are the ones that you are kind of involved with that word pressure. So I don't feel it in that standpoint. My focus is just trying to just win one game at a time.
Okay.
Listen, I like the kid trying to be humble. I don't think he really thought through what he said. He kind of, like, this doesn't actually make sense. Now, what he was trying to say is that when you reach a certain pinnacle of a sport, because you're so good and there's so many eyeballs on you, now there's expectations, right? There's expectations to you performing at a certain level.
Yeah.
And now there's pressure that comes with that. And what he was trying to say is, I'm not as good as those guys yet, right? Like, I don't feel any pressure because of that. But then he also went to basically say that he's not elite and he's not good.
Well, listen, he has played in some big games at some big stadiums. He's played at the Coliseum. He's played in the SEC. Okay. But I think that he might be super dumb. TPO_ says, oh, yeah, we're cooked. He must be a Giants fan. Jackson Dart could not figure out the easy pass in the offseason. I don't know if you heard about this. He kept getting tickets through the toll roads, and they asked him, what's going on with that? He goes, I can't figure it out. I'm just going to pay the tickets. That's a bad sign for the quarterback of your team.
Yeah, when we're talking about high IQ, I'd be having somebody on my team calling Easy Pass to get those refunded. But moving on from one dart to the next, darts are electric.
Oh.
What a story we have for you today. Everybody should stay psyched in their chairs. This match from 2023 is going viral and reminding us that darts may be the most entertaining sport in the world. Roll it.
May hit. They're both on nines. They're both on a 9. This is insane. Come on now. Wow, of the World Championship final. Michael Van Gerwen is on a 9-darter in the World Final and just misses double 12. Over to you, Michael Smith. One man misses, does the other man get? I have never seen the like. Come on, Spolly boy! Yes, double 12. That is the most amazing 11 hours you will ever.
For anybody, for anybody who hasn't played darts in a bar, like, that is so unreal. I mean, that's almost more remarkable than Eli Manning throwing it to David Tyree at the end of the Super Bowl. Michael Van Gerwen and Michael Smith faced off in the 2023 PDC World Darts Championship. And what can you say? The pace, the stakes, the execution. This is a world-class sport, Bill.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I had no idea that darts could get so hyped, but yeah, I mean, look at these two. I mean, they're just world-class athletes.
Look at their jersey shirts.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's kind of like a bowling shirt. Like, what is this?
Yeah, Gerwin looks like a giant mean baby. And Michael Smith looks like, I don't know, he either plays darts or Magic the Gathering. But either way, I'm just so excited to see that kind of thing. People get really jacked up about a lot of stuff.
Well, listen, I mean, it's really a drunk bar patron's dream to become these guys. And also, the way that these guys interacted with the camera and the audience, like, they had been there before.
Yeah.
This is something, obviously, these guys perform in front of the... Did you see that crowd?
Yeah, they're showmen.
They're showmen.
They're
But they're more than showmen. They're cooking those darts. Oh, my God. Moving on to a real sport, an American pastime. Cal Raleigh is good at baseball, joins the 60 home run club, and clinched the AL West for the Seattle Mariners. Everybody thought Texas or Houston was going to, hold the West, and they were wrong. And I don't think anybody saw Cal Raleigh in this 60 home run season coming. To put this in perspective, this has been done 3 times in 25 years. Cal, Judge, and Barry Bonds, who looked like Squidward. He was on so many steroids. Barry Bonds has years on the juice where he didn't get 60, and Cal could get even more. Mariners are plus 550 to win the World Series, directly ahead of who? The New York Yankees. Whose slugger of their own hit the 50 mark again this year? Aaron Judge is an animal, but he's not a postseason animal. His average drops almost 100 points when we get to October, from going to 300 to 205. His strikeout rate is almost 35%. The guy's got to figure it out in the postseason to get to the next level. It's much easier to become a Pittsburgh Pirates great. Paul Skeens ends the season with a 1.92 ERA as well. I do want to jump back to Judge, though, real quick.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge, 50 bombs, 4 different seasons. The only people to do this are Aaron Judge, Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth. Are you kidding me? Like, that's wild. Like, and even Ohtani, by the way, who's probably going to do it too, because he's got 2 back-to-back 50 home run seasons. I don't think people understand how good Aaron Judge is because he's playing alongside Ohtani, right? And these 2 guys, Aaron Judge and Ohtani, should not exist at the same time. They should be in different gaps where, like, you can truly appreciate their greatness, and I think we're getting a little spoiled. And then you have Cal Raleigh, who comes in, and he hits 60 nuggets, right? Dips them in some honey mustard and throws them over the wall. I mean, and then we get Paul Skeens, by the way, who is like, the modern version of Randy Johnson or Nolan Ryan. So
yeah, Aaron Judge and Shohei in the same time frame as a little Cristiano and Messi, a little Mickelson, Tiger. I feel bad for Aaron Judge because in both of those cases, there's just a very, very clear, unfortunate, better player. I mean, Babe Ruth is the fat white version of Shohei Ohtani who smoked and drank whiskey. So
listen, what needs to happen is the New York Mets are going to trade for Paul Skeens. Again, 1.92 ERA is absolutely disgusting. Lowest ERA of the season on a 69-win Pirates. No one wants to be on the Pirates. Let's be real. CP says the off-brand Pat McAfee show. Hey, he's got us. Hey, what we've accomplished.
We'll
if he
take
thinks
it.
that, we're doing something right.
We'll take it.
Thank you, CP. Okay, on a 69-win team that finishes last in their division, but he's got a hot girlfriend. He's got Livy Dunn. All right, so it's okay. They need to get some goddamn bets. Excuse me. The Pirates need to get some goddamn bats, Dylan. I'm just thinking about Thursday Night Football. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Does Paul Skeens want to bet with me? Because
if you have a pitcher who has the lowest ERA of the season, and I know that you and Ethan, our grumpy little boy, are cautious about Paul Skeens' sports cards because who knows what's going to happen to this guy. But he seems like, I mean, if his arm stays healthy, he's going to be the greatest pitcher in the MLB, right?
I mean, at this rate, again, listen, everybody always loves to do this every year, or every other year, or every 5 years, whatever the sport is. Oh, this guy's the next Michael Jordan of pitching. This guy's the next Wayne Gretzky, whatever they say in their little Mickey Mouse voices. But listen, injuries play a huge role in the longevity of an athlete, right? And the legacy of an athlete. Because if you have 5 amazing seasons and you're dominant and you win 3 Cy Youngs and then you get injured, look at Mike Trout, right? Mike Trout was generational, clearly the best player, wins 3 MVPs in his first 5 or 6 seasons, coming in top 2 in like 7 or 8 seasons. And now, not to say people who have forgot about him, but injury-plagued seasons. Ohtani and Judge come around on the back end in the second half of his career, and Mike Trout is like an afterthought right now. He never won a World Series, and it doesn't look like he's going to win one because he stayed true to himself and he said, "I'm not going to go play for the Dodgers or the Yankees."
Yeah, well, he sucks for that. You want to rot on the Angels for the rest of your life when you're that talented? Go ahead.
And by the way, now we're in a Paul Skeens situation where I don't think he wants to rot in Pittsburgh. I think he wants out of there as fast as possible, if you ask me, especially with that girlfriend in his ear. But listen, when one season ends in October and the other begins, let's get to some basketball. Zion Williamson, not fat propaganda is here again.
Oh,
you know what? I'm rooting for this, man. Zion Williamson on the left, 20, 24, 25. On the right is the newly improved one hoop earring Zion. I don't know if he's been rocking that. 2025, 2026. It's a tradition around this time of year, like hanging Halloween decorations and getting ready for holiday shopping. Every fucking year, the Pelicans and the NBA come out and say, look, Zion's not fat. He's working on his health. Let's watch this.
We came up with a plan, and from boxing to working out on the football field a lot to just different random workouts. And during that time frame last year, I really felt a shift in my body to where I would look at him and go, dude, it feels good to feel good. I haven't felt like this since college, high school, just where I can walk in the gym and I'm like, I feel good. We came up with a...
Okay, so how does it take this long to feel good?
Well, listen, the first thought we have is he does look pretty good, but we can't fall for this again, can we? But you know what, Dill? I'm falling for it. I'm falling for it because...
Yeah, I mean, he looks incredible. He sounds lighter.
He looks incredible, number one. Number two, he was, drinking Mountain Dew, eating cheeseburgers, banging OnlyFans chicks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what Zion's been doing. He was living his best life. He gets paid out of Duke. He's got some injuries. He's probably like, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. To compare himself and his body and the way he feels to college and high school and be excited about it, that like triggered my brain like, oh, is this guy getting it?
Yeah. And also, just big shout outs to any of those OnlyFans girls that got underneath him. I mean, my God, one of the bravest things you can do. Is he one of the most disappointing players in NBA history, though? Because we've got some stats on how many games he's missed. You want to roll through this?
Yeah, I mean, let's break it down. 2019-20, he missed 24 games. That was his rookie season. The following year, he misses 61 games, which is 75% of the season. The next year, he misses the whole season. The year after that, 29 games missed. The next year, 70 games, so basically 2 seasons. And last year, he missed 20. So if you're the Pelicans, if you're a Pelicans fan, you are highly disappointed in this guy. I mean, his belly is showing, obviously. The thickness is wild. He's looking pretty good, though. Him and Luka, after they got, bullied into or fat shamed, it seems like they're listening. He has missed well over half the games he is supposed to have played because he's fat. Okay. So we'll see, but let's get to an NBA player who is not fat, but he may not know how cars and transportation work in general, Dill.
Michael Porter Jr.
Michael Porter Jr. in an interview that just went viral, Michael Porter Jr. was talking about how he's adjusting to life in New York. Let's take a look.
Young guy, good looking. What's it been like living in New York so far? Everything you expected?
Yeah, I'm recently kind of getting acclimated to the city.
How's traffic treating you?
The traffic is tough. So I shipped a car out here. I was figuring out, can I drive? And I'm ended up being like, no, the $250 a day of Ubering is worth it out here.
I had a car in Brooklyn. Ain't worth it.
New York is different. But no, I'm adjusting to the city. I live in a really good area, peaceful area. Probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes down the street from here. So I'm enjoying it so far.
Good. Young guy.
Listen, Michael Porter Jr. has gone, kind of on this press tour since he left the Nuggets, where he's appearing on all these podcasts and he's in the news cycle all over the place. And I go back and forth on Michael Porter Jr. from he's just being himself to he's trying to be cooler than he is. I'm getting a vibe like where he's trying to put on this persona that he's a cool guy, that he's and he's funny. And
he's got that slice out of his eyebrow, which is really, really cool. This reporter's super cool too. I think it was pretty weird. He was like, "How's New York? You're a good-looking guy." Like, are we talking about this right now,
trying
guy?
To fuck Michael Porter Jr., bro?
What are you doing right now? You're a New Yorker. My family is from New York. I understand that Michael Porter Jr. probably can't hop on the subway because he's famous and tall. And also the subways are smeared with shit and disease. So I understand that he doesn't want to do that. Is $250 a day in Uber, regardless of how much money you're making, is that pretty insane?
It's pretty egregious, but also, I mean, at this amount of money that you're raking in, I imagine you could just hire a personal driver.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know what the numbers are. $250 a day times 80 games times X amount of practices. I guess only 40 of them are at home. I'm not doing math on this show for you guys. Sorry, figure it out yourselves. But it's probably still cheaper to just have an Uber driver than a personal driver. I think those personal driving days are over.
Well,
all right?
Also, if you have a personal driver, you develop a rapport with them. They're usually old school guys. They've been to war. They've seen some shit. You can learn about life through them.
They know the city.
Right. They know the city.
Yeah, they know the guy who runs the Italian restaurant.
Yes.
And he can get you a table.
He can get you into Rayo's. Yeah.
They've got like one table that never is used. It's just used for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Running deer. Native American? Not sure. If the Pirates need decent batters, just ask My Athletics. They like to give away anybody good. I mean, seriously, that's a great call.
I mean, the A's have historically just produced actually a lot of pitching and now more recently bats, and they just ship them off. They don't really care. Listen, what up, Jayhawk? What's good, baby? It was just being he said yes, native.
Yep.
And it was being a rich flex. I mean, listen, Michael Porter Jr., what the fuck are you doing spending $250 a day on Ubers? But also, I kind of get it. Coming from New York, I took the subway, all right? But also, I'm not 6'10" and playing in the NBA. So I can get away with it.
And you don't have that cool slash out of your eyebrow.
I don't have the cool slash on me either, which
cool.
also probably just draws attention to you. If you're in the subway, like, oh, there's the cool guy with the slash in his eyebrow or in his hair. Right?
Yeah. Guys, wrapping up the show. So any fantasy questions you have about tonight, any bet questions you have tonight, drop them in the comments. DM us, please. We will get to as many of them as we possibly can.
Yeah, guys, again, start sit. Please let us know who you're contemplating playing tonight or on Sunday. Obviously, we have our man Dill over here, Blackbeard, starting Tory Horton, which I think I would normally say is wild, but listen, injuries happen, right? An injury happens.
Well, let me ask you.
You got to fill a spot.
Let me ask you, Tory Horton or Calvin Ridley?
I'm Horton all day. I'm not even thinking about it.
Tory Horton or Terry McLaurin, who probably won't play, but if he was healthy.
No, if Terry McLaurin was playing, I'm playing Terry McLaurin.
Me
Remember,
too. Me
guys,
too.
when we're talking about Terry McLaurin, remember, this is a guy who didn't get paid, finally got paid a week before the season, whenever it was. The same thing happened with Jamar Chase and CD. It took a couple weeks for them to roll back into rhythm. Of course, I just traded for him in fantasy, and guess what happens? Terry McLaurin, I traded for him on a Thursday night. He's injured by Monday. What the hell? Midwest Bet says Olave, Ladd, or Zay. Please help. What I will say about, I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game in the Chiefs-Ravens, so I do like Zay. Olave's target share is absolutely insane. He's a top 3 targeted wide receiver in the league, and he has not.
Top 1.
He's the top targeted receiver in the league, and I don't think he scored a touchdown yet. And if he has, it's only 1. So Olave is primed to score and score big and have a big 20-point breakout week. I'm starting Olave, especially against like mid defense.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you need. Again, if you need a big David versus Goliath stones throw, then I would put in Zay. If you're confident about the makeup of your team, I would start Olave every week. He's good. He has such a high floor. It's a 9-10 point floor every single week. I think Rattler's targeting him 712 times a game. I just bit my lip.
712 times a game.
Yeah.
Guys, again, tonight, Seahawks, Cardinals, -1.5. Seahawks are dogs on the road or favorites on the road. Kind of surprising. Over under 43.5. I mean, to get home, you're going to need 24-20, right? That's what you're going to need to get home in the game.
Hey, why don't you take the night off and bet on the under?
Should I? That would be the first under of the year that I bet on, guys. Are we betting under? Do you guys want to bet the under? Is that the play tonight?
Well, who knows? Let us know today at 4:00 during the gambling live stream.
Guys, we're going to be back live talking strictly gambling at 4 p.m. about 90 minutes before game time. If you want to get involved, please, again, DM us what picks you want to talk about. Anytime touchdown. Tory Horton could be an interesting play.
Ooh.
Maybe Kyler runs one in. What do you think? No, you don't like that? You don't like that? What about a little Trey Benson? You think Trey Benson can get in the end zone?
Yeah, he's going to be -600, so,
minus $1 billion.
Minus $1 billion. It's important to remember that Kyler Murray is Peter Dinklage in an NFL uniform, okay?
All right, guys, again, today, 4 p.m., join the cookbook, gambling live stream. You're watching Dappz Live every day, 12 p.m. Come into the stream, talk shit with us. We want to hear it. We were called the off-brand Pat McAfee today, which means everybody has done their job. All right? If that's what we're producing right now, we've done our job. Guys, we appreciate you so much. That's Blackbeard next to me there, a.k.a. Dylan. I am Dappz. We will see you at 4 p.m. and then again tomorrow at 12.